Babu at-tayammum. Babu at-tayammum. The chapter of at-tayammum. Babu at-tayammum. The chapter of at-tayammum. At-tayammum linguistically means al-qasdu. Al-what? Qasdu. That is what? Intent. Go. If I say tayammamtu makanaka, or tayammamtu shay'a, I qasadtuhu. Do we understand? Meaning I intend what? That thing. So in Arabic language, at-tayammum means what? Al-qasd. Do we get? But in the Sharia, what it means is ibadah. Do we understand? Ibadah is a specific ibadah that is connected to, some part of the body. It's a specific ibadah that is connected to some part of the body. So under this particular chapter, we are going to be looking at the hukum of tayammum and somehow how tayammum is what? Performed. Do we get? عن عمران بن حسين رضي الله عنه, from Imran ibn Husayn, may Allah be pleased with him, أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم رأى رجلا, that the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, that the Messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم saw a man, Ibn al-Mulaqqil, in al-Mubham. He said that this man is Khallad ibn Rafi'. Khallad ibn Rafi'. Do we understand? Even though Al-Husaymin rahmatullahi ta'ala said there is no need to look for the name of what? Of the man. Do we understand? Mu'tazilan, because the man is not the hukum. We will not get any hukum. We will not get any rule from who? From the man. And what is intended is to expose the ummah to where? To the hukum. So, and ra'a rajulan, I saw a man mu'tazilan, secluding himself away from where? From the jama'ah. Lam yusalli fil qawm, he did not pray along with the people. Faqala, then the Prophet said to him, Ya fulan, oh you so and so person. Yeah, it's possible that, of course, the Prophet mentioned the name of the man, but the Rawi did not mention the name of the man. It's either the Rawi forgot the name of the man, or there is no need to mention the name of the man. Because the hukum is not confined to where? To the man. And the aim is not to know the man, the aim is to know what? The rule. ما منعك أن تصلي في القوم? What prevented you from praying among what? What prevented you from praying with the people? فقال يا رسول الله. The man responded by saying, oh you the messenger of Allah, أصابتني جنابة. Sexual impurity caught up with me. Sexual impurity caught up with what? With me. It's either by way of sexual intercourse or by way of what? Wet grip. Wala ma'a, and there is no water. There is no water ma'i. That is the takdir. Wala ma'a ma'i, and there is no water with me. Do we understand? Or wala ma'a mawjudun, and there is no water available. فقال, the Prophet ﷺ then said, عليك بالصعيد, أي إلزم الصعيد كنا. Then stick to as-sa'id, whatever that is naturally on the surface of the earth. That's what they call as-sa'id. فإنه يكفيك, verily it suffices you. Of what? Water. Do you get the concept? This particular hadith is very important. There are lessons extracted from this hadith. Number one is inkarul mukhalif, is to refute one that is opposing what is right. Do we understand? Because when the Prophet ﷺ saw them not praying, he refuted them. Do you understand? Then number two is al-istifsar, Meaning you make inquiry before what? Refutation. The Prophet did not just start refuting them. He asked them that what? Ma mana'aka? What prevented you? Do we understand the concept? And to salliya fil mada. So before you refute, you make what? Inquiry. Are we together? Then number 3, this hadith indicates that if you want to give excuse, you give it in what? In detail. So, because this man said he was in the state of Janaba. If you are in the state of Janaba, you now say, there is no water. Meaning I couldn't take bath because there is no water. I hope you are getting the concept. The Prophet said, another lesson, it indicates that you can perform tayammum with anything that is naturally on the surface of where? Whether that is pebble, whether it's sand, whether it's mud, anything there that is on the surface of the earth, you can, that is naturally on the surface of the earth, you can use it what? To perform tayammum. Then another great lesson is that tayammum suffice. Tayammum take the position of what? Al-wudu. Because the Prophet says, فَإِنَّهُ يَكْفِيكَ يَكْفِيكَ مَاذا? عَنِ الْمَاءِ. It suffices you from using what? Water. So that means whatever using water can do, tayammum will work. You do it. So this is why the scholars have repeated. Those who said that if you perform tayammum, you cannot perform tayammum for more than one prayer. If you want to perform tayammum, you must make sure that you are close to where? The masjid. You are close to your mosque. As you are just finishing, you are jumping to the what? To the mosque. Then you pray nafila, your compulsory prayer. You can pray the nafila of that compulsory prayer. For instance, Zuhr prayer now. If you perform tayammum, you cannot pray Asr prayer without same tayammum. You cannot pray Maghrib prayer without same tayammum. So if it is time for Maghrib, you do what? Perform another tayammum. If it is time for Asr, you perform another what? Tayammum. This is what they taught us in Akhdari. Are we together? But here, the statement of the Prophet is doing what? Is refuting that. And we have already mentioned that hadith is more reputable than any book. Because Akhdari is the view of who? A scholar. But this one is whose view? The view of the one that was sent to us. But innahu yakfika. This statement for innahu yakfika, what to dry ablution suffices you of what? Of water. That means it takes the position of what? Of water. So whatever water can do, dry ablution what? Will do. So if you perform tayammum, are we together? If you perform tayammum for Zuhr prayer, you can use it for Asr prayer. You can use it for what? Maghrib prayer. I hope you are getting the concept. But here, what the tayammum they are talking about here is tayammum for ritual bath, not for what? Ablution. So that means we can perform tayammum for what? Ritual bath, and it's suffices. What if we get water? We will now use water, because in the completion of this hadith, they later got water. So after people finished drinking and they fed their animals, the Prophet gave it to this man to go and wash. For on his what? On his body. Do we understand the concept? So now, if you perform tayammum for ritual bath, you can also go and pray. Do we understand? How do you perform tayammum for ritual bath? The way you perform it for what? Ablution. This is your two hands. Simultaneously, you do what? You strike them on the what? On the surface of the earth. And you shake small. Go. Immediately, then you go to your face. You wipe your what? You wipe your face very wet. When you are done with washing the face, you now go to where? The hand. Go to the hand, you exceed the wrist a little bit, then you navigate to the left again, you exceed the wrist what? A little bit other. The reward that came that you go to the elbow, the scholar said it's not what? It's not the thing. That's why even he asked the wrist, they did not say it's what? They said the wajib is darba to mada al-ula. Then the next one, the second darba, second striking, that one is not what? It's not wajib. I hope you understand. Do we get it? عن عمار بن ياسر from عمار بن ياسر رضي الله عنهما. May Allah be pleased with both of them. Both Ammar and who? Yasir. قال he said بعثني النبي sallallahu alayhi wa sallam fi hajatin. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam sent me on a need. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam sent me for a particular need. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam sent me for what? A particular need. فَأَجْنَبْتُ. So I became affected by what we call sexual impurity. I became affected by what? Sexual impurity. Either due to what? Of course, it is going to be due to what? Wetting. فَلَمْ أَجِدِ الْمَاءَ. You can see that? And I could not find water. When will you say I could not find water? When you have searched. I hope you are getting the concept. That means you cannot say there is no water until you have searched. So, although there are ways through which the scholar said you can say there is no water. Number one is after you have searched, you cannot find the water. Number two, if you use water, that water will cause problem for you. Number three, if for you to access the place where the water is, there is problem, there is insecurity. So in all of these three conditions, you can say what? There is no water. Do we understand? فَتَمَرَّغْتُ فِي الصَّعِيدِ كَمَا تَمَرَّغَ الدَّابَّةُ. So I then roll myself on where? On the surface of the earth, the way the beast used to roll what? Itself on the what? On the surface of the earth. Are we together? He did what here? Qiyam. He did Qiyam here. I hope you are getting the concept. He did Qiyam. What's the Qiyam? As in Janaba bath, the water must touch your entire body. If you are using tayammum too, you should touch where? I hope you are getting the concept. That's the Qiyas. This particular hadith is from among the evidences the scholars used to say that Qiyas is permissible. And also it's still the same evidence they used to say, La Qiyas ma'annas. There is no Qiyas when there is what? Evidence. I hope you are getting it. ثم أتيت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. He said, I then went to the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم. فذكرت ذلك له. And I mentioned that to him. That is what transpired. فقال the Prophet then said, إنما كان يكفيك أن تقول بيديك هكذا. It is only sufficient for you to أن تقول. The scholar said this shows that al-qawl can also be used for al-fi'l. Because we know that the hands does not talk. The hands do not what? Do not talk. So for talk or statement, expression to be used for the hand here, what it means is what? Action. The Prophet said, "Innama kana yakfika." It is only sufficient for you answer kula to do. The man answer falakena to do. Biyadeka hakada with your hands like this. ثم ضرب بيديه الأرض ضربة واحدة. Then he strike his hand on the surface of the earth once. ثم مسح الشمال على اليمين. He used the left to rub where? The right. وظاهر كفيه and the what? The outer part of what? Is what? Is two palms. Do we understand? He used the left on the what? On the right. Just as he also used the right on what? On the left. Then وظاهر كفيه, he then wiped where? The outer part of what? The palms. Meaning that he wiped the inner part of the palm and also what? He used the left to wipe the inner part of the palm. He also used the right to wipe the inner part of where? The palm. He used the left for the what? Inner part of the right. He used the right for the inner part of what? The left. Then he also used the left for the outer part of what? The right, and the right for the outer part of the left. That's the meaning of Zahira Kafay. Then Wawajahu and his what? And his feet. This shows that is it the hand that comes before the face? We say like the word here does not indicate what tartib. Because what is known in the Quran is that famsahu biwujuhikum wa aydikum min. So you can see the face before what? Before the hand. Do we understand? I think it's clear. So? And what do we learn here? I've already told us the lesson. You can do qiyas. So But again, when there is nest, you don't do qiyas. So that's why the Prophet told him what he's supposed to do. I hope you are getting the concept. Then, number 3, you can take ritual bath through what? Tayammum. And the ritual bath through tayammum is not by rubbing your entire what? Body on the what? On the ground. Okay? One Jabir ibn Abdullah, from Jabir ibn Abdullah al-Ansari, radiyallahu anhuma, may Allah be pleased with both of them, him and his father. And the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam قال, and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, أُعْطِيتُ خَمْسًا, I was given 5. Meaning I was given 5 things. لَمْ يُعْطَهُنَّ أَحَدٌ مِنَ الْأَنْبِيَاءِ, none among the prophets was actually given these 5 things. لَمْ يُعْطَهُنَّ أَحَدٌ مِنَ الْأَنْبِيَاءِ قَبْلِي, none before me among the prophets was given what? Any of these 5 things. Number 1, نُصِرْتُ بِالرُّعْبِ, I've been assisted with fear. I've been assisted with what? With fear. Meaning I've been assisted with casting fear into the heart of my enemies. Masirat al-Shah, for a distance of what? A month. So if the distance between me and them is the journey of a month, they will be afraid of me. I hope you are getting the concept. They will be afraid of what? Of me. It's part of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the kuffar, they are afraid of him, irrespective of what. Are we together? Then وَجُعِلَتْ لِيَ الْأَرْضُ مَسْجِدًا, the masjid was made for me, or the masjid has been made, the earth has been made for me as a masjid. What do you mean by masjid here? It's not built masjid. It's what? Where I can pray. So, meaning the earth has been made for me as a masjid and also as a place where I can pray. Even without it being what? Built. Masjid, the scholar said, is used for 2 things. It's used for a place where a person can prostrate, can pray. It's also used for a built place that is solely made for what? For prayer. Are we together? So, this masjid here is referring to the boat. Meaning anywhere on the surface of the earth that prayer makes me, I can pray. Anywhere on the surface of the earth, so I can build my mosque and what? And pray. Do we understand? وَطَهُورًا, and also as a means of what? Purification. Purification from where? From major and what? Minor impurities. فَإِنَّا فَأَيُّمَا رَجُلٍ, as such, any man, any person, any person, min ummati, among my ummah. Which ummah? Ummatu what? Ummatul Ijaba, the Muslims. Ummatul Ijaba. فَأَيُّمَا رَجُلٍ, and so any person, min ummati, among my ummah, adrakathu as-salah, that prayer actually meets, فَلْيُسَلِّ, let him pray. Anywhere the prayer actually what? Meet him, with exception to some of those places that have been what? Prohibited, like where? وَأُحِلَّتْ لِيَ الْمَغَانِمِ, and the war booty have been made lawful for me. Before the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu, if they engage in war, if they get any war booty, they will keep it. Fire will just come and what? Consume it. But that of the Prophet, they said he can share it among you. And give how many percent to the Prophet? 1/5. Do we understand? وَلَمْ تَحِلَّ لِأَحَدٍ قَبْلِ, it was not made permissible for anyone before what? Before me. وَأُعْطِيتُ الشَّفَاعَةِ, and I have been given a shafa'ah. Is it only that is giving shafa'ah? So it's referring to shafa'atu mada al-uzma. وَكَانَ النَّبِيُّ يُبْعَثُ إِلَى قَوْمِهِ خَاصَّةً, and every prophet used to be sent. A prophet used to be sent to his people specifically. وَبُعِثْتُ إِلَى النَّاسِ عَامَّةً, but me, I was sent to the entire world, mankind. So these are the the 5 peculiarities to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So what is the reason why Sheikh actually brought this particular hadith? وَجُعِلَتْ لِيَ الْأَرْضُ مَسْجِدًا وَمَاذَا وَطَهُورًا. فهمنا؟ So this shows that the surface of the earth can be used for ablution. It can also be used for what? Ritual bath. I think it's clear. Now,